Okay, in this video I'm going to show you how to work with colour and how to work with colour swatches and create colour swatches. So what I'm going to do first of all is I'm just going to place an image on this page. So I'm going to do Command D and then I'm going to select one of my images. Let's have a look. Yeah, let's go for the monsters one and click open on that. I'm just going to click and drag out for my image to go on the page. So say I want to place a border around this image. Well, we know that we can come up here and we can choose a fill color, for example, or in this case we wanted a border, so that would be a stroke color. That you have some preset colors that are already available here in Adobe InDesign. You can also go and access your color panels over here, which would give you access to swatches. Again, if you can't see this option over here, you can always go to window and then you can come down to color and then you could switch on your swatches. So you can have your Swatches panel window like this, and this is where you'll see your default colors. Now at the moment all the colours that are going to be displayed here are going to be RGB values, and that's because this document is set up to be for digital publishing, so therefore it knows it's going to go on a screen, and screens, monitors use RGB as their colour mode. If this was an A4 piece of paper, then the colour over here would be CMYK because it's going to be used for print, and that's the inks that printers use, is cyan, magenta, yellow and black. Okay, so if we wanted to add a colour of our own, so say we don't like any of these colours here, we need to add a colour of our own, I can just come over here where I've got my fill colour or I've got my stroke colour, and I can just double click that and it will bring up the colour picker dialog box. Now on here what you can do is you can just move your mouse around and get the shade of colour that you want, so you can go around and choose different colours if you wanted to. If you knew what the RGB codes were and values were, you could type them in directly. If you had a hexadecimal code, so if you were using Adobe CC to detect your colors or derive your color scheme from, then you could find out what the hexadecimal color code was and just paste it into here or type it into here. Or you could use the Eyedropper tool and select a color that is available within the image itself. Now to use the Eyedropper tool you need to click and hold the mouse click down and then move it across onto your page. Move across, let's choose green, so let's go for, say for example, that kind of colour there. So now that I've got that green, I can click add RGB swatch and it will automatically add that in as a new swatch to my panel window. So I'm going to go add RGB swatch and there it is. I'm going to click OK to that one. Now I don't want it to be called this, so I'm just going to double click it and it's got here name with color value, so I'm going to take that tick off and I'm going to call this monster green and then click OK. If you wanted to make further adjustments you could do that here, so I'm going to click OK to that, and then I can apply that stroke. So I'm just going to go here, I'm going to choose that green, so it will be listed here, monster green. I'm going to apply that stroke effect and let's just increase the size so that we can see it as well. And that's how you can create these kind of colours. Remember, your colour swatches can all then be used when you come to create paragraph styles or character styles or object styles that we talked about in previous videos. So that's how you can create your colour swatches. You could also create a colour swatch just by going here and creating a new swatch. It's going to base it on that last swatch that I had selected at the time. You would then just double click it and you could then go around and play with the settings and create a slightly different colour. There we go, and you could call that my light blue, and that would be your new swatch that you have here. If you wanted to delete a swatch you could just select it and then just press the trash can and that will delete your swatch out as well. It might be that you want to create a sort of a colour which is based on one of your existing swatches. So for example I may want sort of a grey colour. Well, I can select the black that I've already got here, go to, let me just drag this out so you can see this clearly, go to my little options here, so select the colour you want, go to the options and I can say new tint swatch. So when I go to new tint swatch, it then allows me to say, for example, set this to 50%, and when I click OK it will give me a 50% black sort of, so that will be a nice grey colour that we've got there as well. You can also go through and duplicate existing swatches. You can go in and load swatches. So say for example you'd set up a whole load of colours in another document that you'd created in InDesign and you thought actually that colour scheme would work well in this document. I could load swatches, open up the other InDesign file and then take the swatches from its swatches panel and put them into this document's swatches panel, so I don't have to make them all again. So that's a really nice feature as well that you can do there. And of course you can create gradient swatches as well, so you could have a gradient of colour around your border, maybe going from this kind of green to a darker green or a lighter green by creating a gradient swatch. And that's how you can create swatches, import swatches from other documents using load swatches, and how you can use the eyedropper tool to select colour from within one of your pictures to create a swatch.